It was around this time 2 years ago. There was a cry, "We need our kids back in schools." The summer of 2020 was the time that teachers began to be called essential workers. People involved politicians, begging them to send our teachers back to work. Teachers were hesitant to return due to their safety and their family. I can still see the headlines. Now, teachers are sometimes seen as the enemy of the state. Everything educators do is scrutinized, questioned, and belittled. The amount of stress teachers are under, I can't even begin to explain. Not only are they asked to work with students' issues, they have to try and deal with their own while working and receiving constant pressure. How can you take care of students you love while battling and defending your own self-care? Everyone else's needs are pulling at you. COVID March 2020 put everyone on the same field in relation to trauma. We all suffered from it, whether minor or major, a death or deaths in the family, divorce, job loss. Our own children and teachers are tasked to educate others while going through trauma without being allowed to use empathy towards kids because, they are told, quote, they aren't social workers. You are here because you said you wanted to be a teacher, an ally, an advocate. It's time to step up and speak up on behalf of teachers. No one has come to our defense, but that can change. So I charge you to be an accomplice. All accomplices are allies, but not all allies are accomplices. While an ally advocate is willing to stand in support of a marginalized voice, risk is rarely involved. An accomplice uses the power and access of privilege they have to challenge the status quo, often risking their physical and social well-being in the process. Possibly then, you can become a co-conspirator. Teachers are not the enemy. They have never been. Now, there might be a few bad apples, but the entire group should not have to suffer from their poor choices. One of the main questions that I have being asked of me is, why are teachers quitting? Teachers are asked to be customer service where the customer is always right. However, when we have multiple customers, disruption cannot be allowed or tolerated. In June, during my TEDx Salt Lake City talk, which, shameless plug, hopefully the link will be out in August, I stated and said, even in a recent speech given by Miguel Cardona, U.S. Secretary of Education, he called for us to be more united. We cannot operate the way we have prior to 2020. Our shared vision of what we want for the whole child is going to take schools, family, and community. He said, we need all hands on deck here. To level up our education system, we must involve teachers, school leaders, families, and students, and entire communities. It's not going to be easy. It's not meant to be easy, but I want you to work together. In order for our children to grow and learn, we have to work together. They are watching us. How we move forward after a pandemic will be written down, and I want to be in the history books showing future generations that while COVID was a battle, we came out victorious. As reforms have been created and proposed, sometimes the ideas that want to start from scratch are often from people who are not in the education system. We have to start with educators who are already doing the work daily. The elevation of teachers is crucial to the change of how we do learning. When you talk to people about their favorite part of school, they will often remember a teacher that touched their lives in some way. As the website and purpose of the Show Up for Teachers Conference states, that this conference is one step towards providing our educators with the tools and resources they need to maintain their own personal wellness and the well-being of their students and a school community. As you are in the halls or in sessions, talk to teachers about their needs, wishes, and find ways you can support, encourage, and be an accomplice for our teachers. Our schools are counting on you.